Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Little's Lab. How is everybody doing today on this Tuesday? Well, welcome to our Little's Lab. We usually have this at our do space, but since we can't have it at do space, I'm coming at you from my home. And so I'm so glad to see so many people with us today. So we are continuing on. If you've been with us for the past couple of weeks, we are continuing on in our theme for this month for Little's Lab, and our theme is Let's Make. So we've been kind of talking about making and reading stories about the things that you can make, or different things that kids and animals that have made different things. And we have been featuring apps that kind of you make different things. We've done words, we've done all sorts of things. So yeah, so I'm so glad that we have people with us today. My name is Kim. I am a community learning specialist at Do Space, and we are, like I said, going to be talking about Let's Make. So what do you guys like to make? It looks like, I feel like I'm seeing a few new names in our attendee list. I'm seeing a couple of familiar ones, obviously, and then I'm seeing some new ones. So maybe for our new friends, what do you like to make? You can, I can't hear you, but if you type it, maybe with your grown up, you can type it in the chat of things that you like to make. And I'll give some examples. Oh, we have one friend that says Byron likes to make food. That is a great example of making, right? Is making food. I love to make food. I've been baking up a storm for the last couple of weeks. Violet likes to make houses. Violet, what do you like to make your houses out of? There are some things that you like to make your houses out of, Violet. I've been playing with some blocks with my kiddo. She's only a little baby, so she doesn't really know what she's making, but she likes to knock down what I'm making for her. Oh, Violet likes to make pillow and blankets, or houses out of pillow and blankets, like pillow forts, and that's so much fun. Kind of making houses out of boards. That's a great way to use your imagination. Absolutely. What else do people like to make? There's all sorts of different type of making, right? There's like craft or arts making that you can do. You can make things with crayons or markers, paint or pencils, or just found things around the house. You can absolutely do things like that. You can make things outside. You can make things inside. You can make things out of blocks or Legos or any other kind of building material, or unconventional building materials. People make things out of unconventional building materials, things that are kind of not normal building materials all the time, right? So, and right now is a great time to kind of experiment with that. What can you find around the house that you can make other things out of? Probably want to make sure that it's not permanent, something that will stay forever. What can you temporarily make out of some of these things? So yeah, like our friend Byron, you can make things out of food, and it doesn't have to be food you have to eat, right? Maybe it's experimenting. So like you can make your own Play-Doh out of food materials, right? With, I think it's like flour, maybe cornstarch and water. And I've seen recipes that you can dye it with like Kool-Aid packets. So then it not only looks great, but it smells great too. I don't know. Maybe if it's edible, it might even taste great, but I will leave that up to you to try. Let's hope. And Byron said he likes to, says couches are for forts and Legos are for castles. Gotcha. Well, the nice thing about it is that that maybe you can even build a castle out of couch cushions, right? I think I used to do that a lot. We'd take all the cushions off our couch and build them up to try and make some kind of castle or fort. But yeah, perfect. Well, great. I love all the things that maybe you guys have been making. So today we are going to start off like we usually do with our calendar. Then we are going to be reading a story that's it's a little bit holiday themed, but it's about making. So it's a little bit Christmas themed, but it helps us with our shapes and what you can make out of these different shapes. They just happen to be Christmas themed, which I think is okay, right? It's kind of like sometimes it's fun to celebrate holidays all year round. So we're going to be reading a story about that. And then we are going to be, I'm going to be featuring an app that helps us with our counting. And then there's different like little pieces that look like cardboard scraps that turn into different things and make little stories. So we are going to be doing that today. So should we get started? Let's get started with our calendar. So I'm going to share with you our Star Fall website, which I always say is a really great website. There's all sorts of different great activities that are free to use that help with all sorts of things for all sorts of ages. And we are going to be going to our calendar today. And usually, if we were at Do Space, then you would be able to help me out with our calendar, because at Do Space we have this really big, large touch screen that you would be able to touch different things and make our calendar kind of move along. Since I can't do that with you, I want you guys to pretend with me. I want you guys to pretend I'm going to be asking you to maybe touch the screen that you're using, maybe your iPad screen, your tablet screen, or maybe it's a laptop or computer screen, and I want you to pretend with me. So I'm going to ask you to touch things. I'll be the one moving it along, but I want you to pretend that you're doing it too. So I want you guys to go ahead. Can you guys touch that white triangle in the middle of our screen? Can you touch that white triangle in the middle of our screen? So now our screen is saying that our month that we're in, as well as our year that we are in, and who knows what our month, what that first word is our month, right? And what's the very first letter in that word that is our month? Who knows what that it's also the very first letter in our alphabet. Who knows that? If you know it, you can tell your grown-up or maybe your brother or sister with you, somebody that you're with. You can also type it in the chat. Maybe your grown-up can help it type, or maybe you can find it on the keyboard and you can actually type it. And so, Violet says it is the letter A. That is right. It is the letter A. A is for our month of April. We are right in the middle of our month of April. Oh, and then we had a friend that said they read the month for us. That's awesome. If you can read that, that is such good skills. Perfect. Great skills to have. Working on our reading skills. Absolutely. We are in the month of April, and then the year we are in is 2020. 2020. And so let's move ahead. Can you guys help me and touch that green arrow that's in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen? Can you touch that green arrow for me? Let's touch that green arrow. And this is our calendar month of April. And just like every month and every year, we have 7 days of the week that we repeat every week. Should we say our 7 days of the week all together? Let's say them all together, and let's start with Sunday. So say them all together with maybe the people that are in the room with you. So let's start with Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That is right. Those are 7 days of the week. And who knows what today is? What is today's day of the week? There's a hint on our calendar. We have a little hand that should be pointing at it. It comes after Monday and before Wednesday. So yesterday was Monday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. So what is today? Who knows what today is? Is today Tuesday? That is right. Today is Tuesday. So our day of the week is Tuesday. Can you guys help me out again? Can you guys touch that Tuesday, that golden Tuesday that should be being pointed to? Let's touch that Tuesday. So today is Tuesday. That's our day of the week. Our month is called April. Starts with our letter A. And then our date today is the number. And you can see on our calendar that our date has a big purple star on it. And so How many of you know what that number is? I bet a lot of you know what that number is. It's kind of a big number, but not too big that you might not know. And what are the two numbers that make that one kind of number up? What's our first number? That our number 1, and then our second number is 4, right? And that makes a 14. 14, that is right. That is right, Byron and Roy. It is 14. So, oh, and Jordan knew it too. Excellent. So yeah, so today is the 14th day of April. And then can you guys help me out? Can you all help me out one more time? Can you touch that green arrow for us? Let's touch that green arrow one more time. And then I'm going to really need your help. We need to put on the right-hand side, you should see the Tuesday and the 14, and they are missing on our calendar. So we need to put them back where they go on our calendar. Can you guys help me out? We're just going to touch the Tuesday first. We're going to touch the Tuesday. Let's drag it and put it where it needs to go in our day of the week. Perfect. And then let's do the same thing for our 14. Where does that go in our calendar? Excellent. Good job. And then let's touch that green arrow one more time. Excellent. Okay, so we have a really busy month in April. There are so many fun days and holidays going on in our month of April. So our very first one was on Wednesday, April 1st, on our very, very first day of April. We had April Fool's Day. And April Fool's Day is a tricksy day where people sometimes play tricks or pranks on others. And you have to be careful that you're not getting a trick played on you. Or maybe you kind of came up with a trick for somebody else. So that is April Fool's Day. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't blow out your guys' speakers with that impromptu cough. So yeah, so let's move on to Thursday, April 9th, the 9th day. We had Passover. Did anybody celebrate Passover? So we had Passover on Thursday, April 9th. On the next day, on Friday, April 10th, was Good Friday. Did anybody celebrate Good Friday? And then our next holiday was this just a couple days ago, on Sunday, April 12th, which was Easter. Did anybody celebrate Easter? I'm seeing a yes. Jordan said yes. Maybe if you celebrate Easter, what do you sometimes find on Easter? If you celebrate Easter, what do you find? What gets hidden around maybe the yard or the house on Easter? Eggs, that's right. And who hides those eggs? Does anybody know who hides those eggs? Who hides those eggs? Does the Easter Bunny? Yeah, that Easter Bunny. Sometimes he can be tricksy, right? He or she, yeah, that Easter Bunny, they can be tricksy. So that was the bunny. Yep, that is right. So that was on Sunday, April 12th. And then next week, on Wednesday, April 22nd, is Earth Day. And so that's a good day to celebrate because we do things that help our Earth, the planet that we live on, right? So it's the only planet we can live on. And so we need to make sure we take care of it and it stays healthy. And we keep it healthy by, just like you have to stay healthy, by eating right and making sure that bad things don't go into you and only good things. We're going to have to do the same thing with our Earth, right? We have to make sure that we plant some plants because our Earth loves plants. It's like feeding it yummy veggies. And then it's, we have to pick up trash. We want to make sure we pick up trash. That's like if maybe we had something like icky on our hands, we want to wash away anything icky that's on our hands by picking up our trash and putting it in the trash can. Recycling, we want to make sure that things that we can recycle or reuse, we do that. Maybe making sure that if we're brushing our teeth, we don't leave the water on because we want to save our water. Yeah, there's so many things that you could do for Earth Day to make it all our Earth nice and healthy. So that is on Wednesday, April 22nd. And then our last holiday is on Friday, April 24th. And that's when Ramadan begins. Does anybody celebrate Ramadan? Who celebrates Ramadan? But yeah, so those are our holidays and kind of fun days that we have going on in April. Now, I know that everybody has a birthday. I have a birthday. You have a birthday. Everybody has a birthday. But I am looking for friends that have a birthday in our month of April. Who has a birthday in our month of April? And say, oh, we have a couple of birthdays, right? Okay. Oh, Byron said his mom's birthday is on the 24th. So on the same day as Ramadan. So let's put a piece of cake on the 24th. Our friend Aiden has a birthday on the 28th. That's right. So we are going to put a piece of cake on our 28th because we eat cake on, a lot of times we eat cake on our birthdays, right? Maybe not all the time. Maybe you eat something special that's a little bit different than cake. But yeah, any other birthdays? That's okay if you don't. Nice. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you guys for helping me out with our calendar today. We are going to move on and we are going to be reading a story about how different shapes can make up different things. So I'm going to switch what you guys are seeing really quickly. And we are going to go to this.
What can I make?
App right here. There we go. We are going to our Epic Books app that has a whole bunch of different stories on it for all age groups. And so the one we are going to be reading today is What Can I Make by Carolyn Kieslowski. And so we are going to see what this little guy can make with different things. Let's find out. So these are some words to know before we read. Let's see if we know what some of these words are. So we have Christmas tree. I bet we know what Christmas trees are. Circles. I bet we know what circles are. Pointy. Something that's pointy has where two things come to like a point, right? And sometimes it could be if it's like a soft point, it doesn't hurt, but sometimes things can be really pointy and they can be hurt. Trying to think, like triangles. If you think of a triangle, has 3 points, right? And maybe if you had a piece of paper that was cut into a triangle, those points may or may not hurt if you touch them. Presents, I bet we all know what presents are, gifts. Round, like a circle is round. It has round edges. It doesn't have any points. A snowman, we all know what snowmen are, I bet. Squares and triangles. We probably know all those shapes. So let's see what maybe some of these shapes can make. Like I said, it's a little bit holiday theme, but I think it's still a good thing, to see like what we can make with all of these maybe different shapes. So it says, what can I make? I have 2 circles. What do you think you can make with 2 circles? What could you make with 2 circles? Let's see what we can make. I can make a snowman. Yes, you can make a snowman with some circles. Or you can make, balls are made out of circles. They're kind of round, like basketballs or play balls. Absolutely. And then in our picture, what else are made of circles? Let's see what else is made of circles. What else can you make out of circles? It looks like there's a pizza. Pizza is a circular shape, right? A nice round shape. Looks like there are glasses. We have glasses, the round type of shape of glasses. We have a tire. Tires are circles. We have a sun. When you draw a sun, a lot of times, hopefully you're not looking at the sun, but when we draw a sun, it's a circle. And then what's that top one? Is that a lollipop? Yeah, lollipop. Those are all made out of circles. What else? Maybe share with with somebody you're with. What else can you make out of circles? What can I make if I have 3 triangles. What do you think you can make with 3 triangles? Especially 3 green triangles. What could we make with 3 green triangles? Let's see. I can make a Christmas tree. He stacked those 3 triangles on top of each other to look like a Christmas tree. So there are pointy triangles. So what else is made of triangles? Oh, arrows. Our friend Brian said arrows. Yep, the tips of arrows can be made of triangles. What else is a triangle? Let's see what's our pictures. So looks like we have a house, but the lower part's kind of rectangular, right? What's the top part though? What's that top part that looks like a triangle? That its roof? Yeah. And then it looks like below that is a wizard's hat. A wizard's hat looks like a triangle. And beside that, what's that look like? That one's a little funky, right? Orange with some white spots. I think that might be a piece of cheese, a triangular piece of cheese. At least that's what it looks like to me. What does it look like to you? And then what's that other one? What's that last one? Ooh, somebody said it's a piece of pie. Byron said, Mom says pie. That could be a piece of pie. That's a good guess. I like that. It kind of looks like pie too, right? You're probably right. And then our last one is a sandwich. It's cut in half, right? At a diagonal. So it looks like a triangle. So maybe you've had a sandwich cut in half on a diagonal. So it looks like a triangle. Your 2 pieces. What else can you make with triangles? You can talk to your grown-ups or your people that you're with about that. What can I make if I have 4 squares? What do you think you can make with 4 squares? There's so many things you could probably make with 4 squares. What are some of the things that you might make with 4 squares? Let's see what this little boy's going to make with 4 squares. Windows. Windows are, yeah, those, a lot of times windows are square. Absolutely. Let's see what he makes. I can make presents. So a lot of times our presents are squared, right? Because they're made of boxes. And so, yeah, so he made presents out of some squares that are all different colors with different ribbons. What else are made up of squares? Squares, squares, squares. Let's look. What in our other side of our picture are made up of squares? It looks like there is a ice cube, which when something has squares on all sides of it, and it's something you can hold, it's called a cube, like an ice cube. So the top of that is a square though. And then we have a pillow next to it. Our pillows are sometimes square, right? I know I have some square pillows. Do you have square pillows? And then we have a book that is square. I bet a lot of you, if you look down at one of your books, they look like a square. And then what's that last thing? What's that last thing that's white with the dots? Does anybody know what that is? Does anybody know what that last object is that's white with the black dots? That is a die. So if you had more than one of these, you call them dice. But because there's just one, it's just called a die that has 6 sides, and there's the number of dots for all 6 sides. So 1 through 6. What else can you make that are made up of squares? You talk about with your grown-ups or with the people you're with. I have 1 star. What can I make with a star? What can you make with a star? Or maybe if you look down at the picture our friend is making, where do you think that star is going to go? Because sometimes stars are fun, like decorations, right? Where do you think that star is going to go? Let's see. I can make a Christmas tree star. So yeah, so he put that Christmas tree star on top of his Christmas tree. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, somebody says that stars are into outer space. Yep, we have stars in outer space. That is right. And they kind of, like, if you look at them, they kind of look like this shape, right? And so they are pretty stars. So let's see what else has kind of a star shape. Looks like we have a cookie. We can absolutely, that's the nice thing about cookies is you can make them any type of shape, right? Especially sugar cookies. A lot of times sugar cookies are star shaped. Looks like we have a snowflake. A lot of times snowflakes look like star shapes. And then it looks like we might have another cookie, or maybe, I don't know what that on the bottom right, the brown one with the stripies. I think that kind of looks like another cookie. What else? What do you think that is? Looks like a cookie to me. Ooh, it's a sea star on the top left. That's a good idea. You're probably right. Yep. A sea star or a starfish is probably on the top right, that pink one, and then it's probably a cookie, a star-shaped cookie on the bottom left, the brown one with the, that's a good idea. Smart ones. And then, so it looks like we have a flag, right? That's our American flag. But the shape isn't a star, right? Where are our stars? Are the stars on the flag? You can see that. Yeah, they're the white stars on the blue. That is where our stars are. And so he's saying, look at my Christmas card. I will send it to you. Merry Christmas. And again, I know this is Christmas themed, but I think it's still fun to kind of see what you can make. And maybe, I feel like right now is a good time. Maybe you don't want to send a Christmas card, but it's a nice time to send a card that maybe you can make to somebody. Who can you send a card to that you can hand make? Handmade cards are so special. So maybe you're not around your friends or your grandparents or cousins right now, and I bet they would love to receive a handmade card from you. So, and it doesn't have to be a Christmas card, but I know that I've been sending cards to my grandfather and he loves them. We have somebody said that they are making thank you cards for a friend. That's awesome. Handmade cards are the best. So perfect. Okay, so that's the end of our book, friends. So we are going to move on, and we are going to play a app game that's called Tiggly Cartoons. And so this is going to kind of help us with our counting 1 through 5. And we're also going to see, and you can kind of see where it says cartoons. It's not that they're pieces of cardboard. They have colorful pieces of cardboard that are going to be making up. So you're going to have to use your imagination, and we're going to see what is being made with these pieces of cardboard that kind of look like cartoons. Let's find out. So we have our numbers 1 through 5. Should we just start with our number 1? Let's go ahead and start with our number 1 and see what is made up with our number 1. How many dots are there? And what color is that dot?
Tap on the yellow coin.
Oh, it's a coin. So is it a yellow coin? Let's tap on that. Can you tap on that yellow coin? Help me tap on that yellow coin.
1.
We have 1. And we need to move that yellow coin.
Drag the yellow coin to the target.
We need to get that yellow coin to the target. So help me move this yellow coin to our target. That's right down here.
1 hive. 1 hive filled with honey. Aww. That's 1 big sneeze. Bye, honey.
Oh my goodness. So that piece of cardboard looked like a what? Did it look like a bear? He got a bee in his nose. How silly. Should we move on? Let's go to what's our second number? What comes after 1? Is that our number 2? Let's go to number 2. Okay, can you guys help me out? Can you touch the 2 yellow coins?
Tap on the coins. 1, 2.
And then can you help me put them in their targets? Let's do that top one.
Drag the coins to the targets. 1.
Just this other one.
2. 2 balls. Ooh. Good juggling, Owl.
Oh my goodness. So we talked about the shaped circle, right? He had one of our friends that said balls are made out of circles, and they were that owl was juggling. Do you know how to juggle? Where you toss balls up in the air and try and catch them? I can't. Maybe you can though. Let's move on to our next number. What comes after our number 2? What comes after our number 2? Is it our number 3? Let's test out our number 3 and see what happens with our number 3. Let's touch those yellow coins.
Tap on the yellow coins. 1, 2, 3.
And should we put them in their spots?
Coins. The hearts. 1,
Let's get this one that's nearby.
2,
And let's drag this last one.
3. 3 candles. 3 birthday candles. Make a wish, cow. 3 silly candles.
Oh my goodness. Which that's appropriate because we had some friends with birthdays today, or not today, but this month. Let's hope that your candles aren't silly and pop the cake in your face. Whew. Okay, should we move on to our next number? What's our next number? What comes after 3? Is it our number 4? That's right. Let's touch our 4 circles.
Tap on yellow coins. 2, 3, 4.
And let's put them in their spots.
Drag the ones. 2, 3, 4. 4 gumballs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grabbed all 4 gumballs, Froggy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, silly sticky frog.
Oh man, how many of you know how to make bubbles with gum? And then let's try out our last number. What's our very last number? We've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4. What's our last number? Is it our number 5? That's right. Let's see when we bring up our number 5. Let's touch our coins.
Tap on the coins. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's put them in place.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fish. Where'd the 5 fish go?
Here we are.
Oh, 5 sneaky fish.
Oh my goodness. 5 sneaky fish. Okay, so we have gone through all of our numbers. So we are just about out of time, friends. So I'm going to go back to me. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me today for Little's Lab. I hope you had fun. I hope you do some really fun baking today and this week. And I guess this is going to be my challenge to you. I want you to see if you can think of somebody who you think would love a homemade card. Can you make a homemade card and maybe write a little note? I bet your grown-ups would love to help you with that. And so maybe, like I said, some people that I bet would love to hear from you are maybe grandparents, cousins, aunts and uncles, friends, neighbors. I bet there are so many people that you could write a note to and they would love it. So perfect. Okay, well, friends, thank you so much for joining me for Little's Lab. I'll be back on Saturday, April 18th, so in a few days. So join me again, and we'll be featuring a different story and a different app. So thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.